Okay, here we're looking at the simple and hopefully not overcomplicated cloning method called the cut and stick. And just as the name implies, you take a cutting and you stick it into a media or some sort of area where you're going to encourage root development. So cut and stick, the simple and easy, it's the easiest of methods. Just as the name implies, you're taking the growing tip of the plant, you're cutting it and then sticking it into growing media. Scissors typically aren't encouraged. Usually we use a sharp knife. We stick them into media. In this case, we have everything prepared. We have our cuttings and water ready to go. And this is a kind of important part of the process. And while it is easy, we want to make sure everything is set up ahead of time. What you're sticking the clone into, the media can be a wide variety of material. It can be rock wool, we saw in the previous image. It could be sand, it could be soilless mix, it could be foam. Key part is you need a media that's going to support and keep that plant upright. Use of rooting hormones such as Clonex is advised to help encourage rooting and reduce the time to root. Some optional materials with this, you could use misting or a humidity dome, can help increase the humidity and reduce water stress. Heat mat is often used as well to help increase the root zone temperature. Again, all of these things help reduce plant stress and increase the rooting percentage. Some of the drawbacks of this method is depending on the propagation environment, such as the light, the temperature, the humidity, the moisture uniformity, and so on. This method may suffer from an above average % of loss of clones. So sometimes you kind of get a tray that may look like this, where you get a couple that just aren't going to make it, and you have some that do make it. The more consistent you can keep the conditions, the better odds that you'll have. Sometimes you can just take one, put it right in a glass of water, and sometimes they'll root right there. So sometimes this gives some people some extra confidence and thinks that it can work. But that is one of the drawbacks, is that typically this can result in not 100% as some other methods, but considering it's simple and its ease, sometimes taking a small % loss for not a lot of investment in other things is advantageous for some growers.